so he and his favorite teacher was so excited about it. So they were on the bus back. And while they were on the bus seated, white passengers got on and they made them get up. And he had to stand in the aisle for 90 miles back to Atlanta. And he said that was the angriest he had ever been. And he thought that he would just hate white people forever because he was so mad about that. But then, of course, he ended up going to theology school, and it changed his whole vibe about how he would approach anger and how he would use it for good. And so I just want to say that in essence of thinking about how we're going to approach this week, how we talk about communication, and how we just have to really figure out how we make sure that people are really informed and how we think about communicating. There were two things that I thought was really interesting when I was sort of digging around for information. And one of them was that the way that Republicans use hate is that $200 million was spent in the campaign on 1.4% of the people in this country who were trans Americans, adult transgender people. Just get that a minute. 200 million on 1.4%. And then I also found a piece that I thought was really interesting. And think about how many people actually know these things. From 1981 to 2021, deregulation, tax cuts, offshoring, weakening unions, moving money to corporations, lowering their taxes, moved $50 trillion from 90% of America to 1%. And so I tell both of these stories to say that this is the kind of things that we have to push out to everyday Americans. And we have to figure out how we get this information out in a way that doesn't necessarily drive anger, but just drives people to move. Because no matter what Trump does, it really is more of us than them.
Yes.
It is just our job to find ways to get the information to them in a way that makes sense and connects to them emotionally and personally. And that's what I have.